Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning to all of you. This presentation is for the subject Islamic Finance and Banking System. Today, we are from Group 9. We'll discuss the article review on the topic of challenges of the Malaysia Islamic financial system. Now, I will present in the introduction part. Islamic banking in Malaysia was established on 1 July 1983, which is a Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, or we know as a Bank Islam. Islamic finance is a Sharia-compliant financial system based on the Al-Quran. The Islamic financial principle guide three basic rules. Firstly is the prohibition of riba, second qara, and the thirdly is maisir. This article raises critical issues and the challenges in the Islamic financial system in Malaysia. It consists of three essential parts of Islamic finance in Malaysia. Firstly, Islamic banking is heading toward debt-based financing, which contradicts maqasid Sharia. It can lead to riba in the contract. Secondly, the Islamic capital market is about buy Altian that sell in a suku Islamic bond, which can also lead to riba. Thirdly, the takaful industry is on Sharia issue related to nominees and surplus distribution. Meanwhile, we know as a human capital standardization, coordination, and misunderstanding of Islamic finance are also challenged in the Islamic financial system.
Islamic financial system and its issue in Malaysia are discussed in this article. What exactly is the problem with the Islamic banking system and what are the obstacles is Islamic bank, Islamic financial market, the takaful sector and so on. Okay, firstly, Malaysian Islamic capital market like retail banking are driven by suku. Since first expressions in the capital market, murban, murabah, musyarakah, ijrah and tawaruk are some of the terms used in Malaysia of Sharia compliance financial product. The Security Commission Malaysia (SCM) declared in 1996 that Sharia criteria and Sharia certified security will be issued. Following this statement, university sector interested in investing in Sharia compliance market as an alternative to capital market began to pay more attention to Islamic capital market. The SCM and the Capital Market Service at CMSA 2007 govern Islamic capital market in Malaysia. Many ways have been used to produce Islamic financial goods and service and make them market compatible. One strategy is to adapt product and service in the traditional system in a way that does not violate Sharia. Okay, next, the takaful industry is a notion that has been around for over 1,000 years. The takaful business arose from the desire of many Muslims for Sharia compliant protection. In 1982, the Malaysia government formed a special task force to research the Islamic insurance system and determine how it could be implemented, which culminated in the takaful as to 1984. Following that, in 1984, the first takaful business in Malaysia, Syarikat Takaful Malaysia Berhad, began offering Islamic insurance. Malaysian takaful, like other Islamic finance segment, has a legal structure and other required support. And it may also attract overseas enterprise. Takaful firms are progressively increasing in Malaysia. Takaful insurance goods and service include coverage for automobile, health, travel, accident, life and family.
About the identified with the article contains new findings or significant information to the field of Islamic banking finance system. Firstly, the issue and challenge in Islamic banking is tawid. It is about late payment charge. Islamic banking offer a diverse range of products, some of which require the customer to take on debt. Secondly, issue and challenge in Islamic capital market, followed by al-din, sukuk debt sale, and Islamic bonds. This buy al-din may occur of the underlying asset of sukuk are sold at a different price, or the capital of mudarabah sukuk is converted. Thirdly, takaful distribution. The takaful industry faces two issues and challenge of benefit and supplies distribution in the event of an unforeseen event such as death. Family takaful pays a lump sum of the deceased family. Lastly, issue and challenge of the Malaysia Islamic finance such as Islamic finance course, misconception against Islamic finance, human capital issue, standardization and harmonization, and lastly Sharia provision and the current legal framework. That's all for me.
Other than that, it showed the implication of the article towards society. This study found that Islamic bank imposed ta'wid and gharamah if customer delay the payment of installment to the bank. It reveals that Islamic banks are heading toward riba-based financing, which contradicting the maqasid Sharia in the Islamic financial system. Islam forbids this practice of riba because it has a great implication for the life of society. The first implication of riba on the society is to bring disaster that threaten the ummah and divide the society. A society dominated by the usury system will lose the value of friendliness because they will become greedy. This usury has demand social relations and cause oppression as well as foster the nature of enmity among human beings. The second implication of riba to society is have a gap of difference between the rich and the poor. The rich will continue to get richer through oppressions and pressure on the poor. Thus, usury has strained the relationship between users and society to the point of creating hatred and envy among them. The third implication to society is the unemployment rate of society increase. Riba encourages the eater to live happily without working and striving, while Islam encourages its people to strive and work. Therefore, all the implication of riba has threatened the stability of society and divided the unity of society in the country.
Next, based on the article, the practice of riba in the Islamic banking system not only has a great implication for society, but also implication for policy in economy. First economic policy is the cost of living increase. In Islamic banking institution practice, riba in transaction causing the emergence. Every individual who makes a loan to a bank has to pay high interest rate to the bank. Second implication is create unfair system of economic return. The bank is guaranteed in form of an interest to the borrower whether the project is a success or not. The borrower must pay it according to the additional pay rate charge. Third implication in economic policy is the existence of international debt. The debt problem experienced by every country where this country have to borrow from each country or from international financial funds to guarantee the basic needs of the country or develop the national economy. This causes the borrowing country not to be able to pay their debt within the stimulated period and have to pay interest, which is riba along with the principal loan.
Next, the implication from article towards practical. The first is Islam forbids usury whether real or hidden, and interest rate are usury. Departing from this fact, Islamic economics reject the conventional banking model and any banking principles or practice that approach or appear to resemble interest rate-based banking practice. And the second is the takaful industry also provides important synergies to the Islamic financial system. Operator takaful, mainly through business general, takaful helps reduce part of the risk of the financial transaction in banking system and indirectly strengthen the resilience of the financial system in Islam. And the last is efforts of this institution were successful increase the capacity of the Islamic financial system in contributing to growth based on international standards and practice-based banking comparable to institutions conventional banking.
The current issue related to this article is resolve the debt problem. Although Islamic banks have achieved various advances, on the other hand, there are also problems faced. Among the issues or challenges of the Islamic capital market in Malaysia is the debt problem that has not been resolved until now. This has caused a slowdown in business activities in capital market in Malaysia. In May 2019, a 25 basis point reduction in overnight policy rate by Bank Negara Malaysia's Monetary Policy Committee to 3% serves as short-term market stimulus for cheaper borrowing costs to borrowers, especially to corporate. Next, this is related to the lack of trained or skilled manpower in Islamic financial products. Among the efforts that can be done are to set up training institutions for the workforce, hold courses once a month, provide motivation on the advantage of being a great workforce, and so on. Furthermore, among the reasons for his phenomena are the lack of training institutions to meet the needs of the workforce. First, lack of consensus on the form and details of Islamic financial institution and no labor or procedures on Islamic certification. Lastly, principle of Islamic banking and finance. Islam is a perfect religion and indirectly in the business of buying and selling. Islam forbids its followers from engaging in riba. Yet, there is now an age consensus among Islamic economists that riba is not limited to riba but includes benefits as well. Only one type of loan is permitted in Islam, which is Qard Hasan, benevolent loan, in which the lender does not charge any interest or additional amount over the amount lent. That's all about current issues. Thank you.
Conclusion is, this article gives us knowledge of some of the critical issues that occur in Islamic finance today and clearly understand each of these issues. This study further explained that although Islamic finance is facing various difficulties, there are still other alternatives to resolve dispute over this issue. First, Islamic bank. They should form a tabarruk fund to avoid the issue of late payment charge. Distribute the balance of the tabarruk fund to poor, welfare and the needy. Second is Islamic capital market. Avoided the use of Bay al-Din in sukuk to increase the number of product alone and not lead to usury. Third, the nominee must fulfill the responsibility as the executor so that the takaful benefits can be distributed to the beneficiaries after the participants' death according to Islamic inheritance law. This study also provide ideas, open our eyes and enhance our knowledge that various alternatives can be implemented to meet the challenges in Islamic banking, Islamic capital market and also takaful industry in many countries, especially Malaysia, to be applied in our learning, coursework and assessment.
Thank you for watching.